continuation of the previous one. Last time we looked at how you can create a new Flutter project, and how you can create a basic widget tree. You know what I'm saying? I can create a basic widget tree. So today we're just going to add on and just build on, modify our code for last time. So I'll begin by running my code first. Let's rerun it. So up here I'm having my device already selected. Yeah, this is my physical phone. I've enabled USB debugging. I've turned on developers mode. You just come right here and I mirror it. I just want you guys to be able to see it. So whatever will be happening on my physical phone. Okay, so that's my home screen right there. All right, so let's try to run this code. This is what we did in the previous video. Let's run and then we just build on that. So first we shall need to align, make sure that they are all starting on the same line right here. We shall have to give them some nice spacing, right? So that introduces us to the concept of cross-axis and main axis alignment in rows and column. Well, this one right here is a column, and for a column, the main axis is usually along it's the vertical one. So this is the main axis for a column, and then the cross is right here. Then for a row is horizontal, so that becomes the main axis for a row. Then the cross axis for a row is this one right here. All right, so this is just a brief introduction. In our next coding, we shall see this more. All right, this is just a brief introduction about cross and main axis alignment. Shall look more into the coding. Okay, so let's get back into our code. Well, so what we have here is a column widget. Everything has been enclosed in the column. So we shall need to align our text. So on the main axis of the text, how do I want my widget to be aligned? So that first write main axis alignment. Then down here you can just come and say. So guys, I recommend you to make use of these pop-ups here, these suggestions that Flutter is giving it. So when you try to write a few lines and you see this, just click on the tab key, then boom, it's right there. Don't have to spend a lot of time typing. So main axis, full colon main axis aligning. Then I can choose. Let me first choose this and see what happens. Click on start. Okay. Boom. Let's see what's going to happen here. Well, you can totally see that there's almost no change, because what has actually happened is that this is our main axis along this column. So we have aligned our text to begin from upper bar here, begin right from up there as they are sloping down here. Okay, well, let's try to play around with these buttons and see what happens. And I put here dot center, what comes in. I double click on that and I try to hot reload. Well, you can see that on the main axis, this is the main axis, our widgets will be aligned on the center of it. You can play around with this to try out some other more. I put a dot and I select another on N. And you run this. So it didn't choose that. So in hot reload, you'll expect it to be right there. Okay, I think that makes more sense now. You can play with it and get what you want. So let's leave it to start for now. Let's leave it up there. So now let's look at the cross-axis alignment. Okay, so here just type cross. I'm supposed to begin in capital later. Cross. So I put a dot, period. Okay, so and then I can begin here. When I choose here, what happens? To hot reload. So you can clearly see that our text. So this is our main. This is the cross axis along it's horizontal along the width. So that means that along the width, our widgets will be aligned beginning from the edge right here. Okay, so that makes more sense. Let's try another one and see. I put delete the dot and getting more. What if I put center? What do I get? Double click on that and I hot reload. Well, center, that's what I get right there. The line at the center. Okay, so I think that makes more sense. So I think for now, let's leave to it to start. Alright guys, so we have done one formatting to our widgets. We have been able to align them along the edges of our body. Okay, so next maybe we want to create some the too close to the this is too close to the upper and we're too close to the edge here. So maybe you want to have some gap here. So what do you have to do? So basically, this brings us into the concept of padding. We use padding to give us some extra space, keep some pixels away from the edges. So what I will do, I just have to enclose the whole of this in padding. I don't need to write a lot lines of code, so I just click on column right here. Then this icon pops up, and I click down here on the drop down arrow, and I choose padding right here. Okay, so I double click on that. All right, so my padding has come in automatically. So edge insert.all. So this means that it's going to give equal pixels from all the edges. That's left, right, top, and then the bottom. It's going to give them equal pixels. So let's try to run this and see what do we get. So you can see we got somehow some reasonable space right there. Whatever we change the pixels to something else, let's change it to 16. I hot reload. Boom. Yeah, that's how we get. How about what if we want to increase the spacing between these components? 1 and 2, 2 and 3. For this case, we're going to go between the video. So I want to add a space between this text and this text. So at the end of this text, I'm going to add in an attribute called the size box. Size, capital S. Size box. Okay, so I'm giving it an attribute of height because it's a long attribute of height. Let's choose 20. So 20 is giving us, let's see, wow, that's some reasonable spacing. So let's just copy this and we paste it right here. Okay, we can have the same. Wow, I think that looks a little bit reasonable. Okay,